Hi, welcome back to another exciting episode in my kitchen. So I'm sure you may all be familiar with Patak's Kashmiri paste. Ready-made, mass-produced, a lot of restaurants use it, a lot of home chefs add it to their curries for seasoned oil, etc. Now, one thing I'd like you to do again after watching this video, next time you get the opportunity, open the jar and smell it. Tell me, do you like the smell? It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's salty, and to be quite frank, it looks like something that's been drained out of a car engine with a tinge of red. So this is my version today. Nice, fresh, homemade. Let's talk about the ingredients. We're going to be using some Kashmiri chilies here. These are actually Kashmiri chilies, no correlation with the region of Kashmir, but for some reason that type of chili, quite triangular in shape, nice and dried, referred to as Kashmiri chilies. They're not very hot, but they're nice and red, and that's what we know about Kashmiri chilies. It adds that vibrant red colour to our curries. I'm using a good handful of them. I'm using 2 tablespoons of coriander seed, just over a tablespoon of cumin seed. I'm using some pink salt, which is actually black. Use any salt you want. This is just what I happen to have at home. 1 tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon and a half of Kashmiri red chili powder. Again, just for that red colour, just to heighten what these chilies are going to do. And we have a nice bowl, 60-40 in garlic's favour of ginger and garlic that has been coarsely chopped. You don't want it to be chopped too fine because we're going to fry it towards the end of this recipe. And I'm using a bulb of garlic and probably about 3.5 inches length of ginger, skinned and chopped. We're going to be using some lemon juice. We're going to use the lemon juice as a preservative, although we're going to use some oil. I just want that zesty charm to this. And rapeseed oil. We're all becoming more health conscious as we get more educated about the food and how much it can destroy your life if you're not making the right choices. So, one tip about crisp and dry. We all know it. We've seen the advert years ago, blah, blah, blah. But you go to the shop and buy rapeseed oil, it can be bloody expensive. Crisp and dry is 100% pure rapeseed oil, and it's much cheaper. It's a great alternative. So, let's get cooking. So first of all, we're going to add about 1.5 cups, 270 millilitres of oil to this pan. Don't worry, this is a paste that we're going to be using on a lot of recipes. You're going to get dozens of portions out of it. So it is pretty health conscious. So there's about 270 millilitres of oil heating up there. So you've clicked on the link, so you might already have a fair idea of the possibilities of this recipe. Adding it to curries for heightened flavour, seasoning, adding it to onion bhajis, you name it. The list is endless. It helps to be a bit innovative and whatever you think it would be great added to. So, all we're going to do now is fry off our cumin and coriander. We'll come back in 1.5 minutes. So that's starting to sizzle. By the way, this is on a medium-high heat. Next, we're going to add our Kashmiri chilies. So after 10 seconds or so, the fizzing subsides. Now we're ready to add our ginger and garlic. I'm going to give it a good stir. Make sure it doesn't burn. Make sure, when I say medium high, I mean on my cooker. You might have a different cooker, but just make sure you don't burn anything. And make sure those chilies get into the oil. Press them down, and so basically we want to just stir this out now for a good couple of minutes. Garlic and ginger slightly starting to brown on the edges. Nice medium-high heat. So we're going to now add the salt. And we're also going to add the Kashmiri chili powder, and we're going to add that last because it's a powder. Just going to cook the raw flavour of that powder into the oil. Make sure it's all nice and combined and well cooked. You can see the colour starting to happen. Let's come back in a moment. So that's just how I want it. I'm going to turn that off now. As you can see, garlic and ginger, by no means burnt, but fully cooked, fully aromatic, smelling great, looking great, isn't it? So we're going to get a really, really good oil off this to add to our curries. We're going to be making some recipes in the future. I'm just going to let that cool down now. No heat. Going to let it cool down enough to blend. We'll come back shortly. So if you want to speed your cooling up, pour the ingredients into a small saucepan and put it into a bigger saucepan with cold water in it. Make sure the water doesn't get into the mix, and that will cool down really quick. There's another tip. So there's our paste, ready to be blended into a really smooth paste. Well, it wasn't paste at this stage, but it will be. So now all we're going to do is add some lemon juice. A good half a cup. We might add more depending on the consistency of that. We'll come back once we've blended it. So the moment of truth. So here we go. Awesome Kashmiri chili seasoned oil basically, and we have some pataks here. Let's just compare. So what we have at the top here is a lot of oil. I've bought this and I've tipped some out and I've had a look at it. They look fairly similar, don't they? Let's have a taste test. Actually, first let's have a smell test. I'm going to stick my beak into the top of the pataks. Poor plasticky smell, very salty, very acrid, very pungent, but to be honest, question your ingredients, don't just follow them. Actually taste the spice, taste something you're going to be adding. Now I can't see one benefit of adding any rubbish like that to your meals. It's disgusting. So I don't want to big my recipe up so much, but we're going to have a test. I can smell the chilies, I can smell the cumin, I can smell all the ingredients. It's just so much better. Adding to, Rogan Josh Madras, I can just feel it coming on. Let's have a little look at this sludge. Yeah, look, it looks similar, doesn't it? But this smell test, really nice. That's something I'm excited about cooking with. Oh, that just smells disgusting, this pataks. It's going straight in the bin. So, make this nice simple recipe. Let me know how you think, what you think of it in the comments box, and let's get cooking. Thanks for watching.